got one that can see.
Our emoji demon sigil saga continues. Are emojis the modern-day hieroglyphs, the #1 language in the world? Let's check it out. With this thought in mind that they're building the new world, the Tower of Babel re-babbling again, from Mystery Babylon, Tower of Babel all the way to the future Mystery Babylon, completed, is language and all of technology based off of demon sigils, which has even worked its way in through the emojis. I've done several videos before about the components of circuitry, and electrical components all resemble these demon sigils, which also resemble the ancient Nordic runes or Paleo-Hebrew or ancient star markings / constellations, all tying into the spiritual realm and fallen spiritual technology and beings. Plenty of engineers have left me comments saying that they thought that people were just bored when they put designs into circuit boards, and they look exactly like some of these demon sigils. This whole suppressed old world where the entire earth is a grid, an electrical grid. You even see how pyramids in circuit boards or cities in circuit boards from an aerial view look identical. Circuit board, fiber optic, and lasers all come from post-World War II Nazi Nef tech. Werner von Braun and others given secret, occult fallen angel tech. And even with Project Paperclip, some of these scientists were funneled into the United States. Science, the word, and the origin itself is very interesting, as well as some secrets of alchemy and the elements, which we'll be getting into in the future. I showed you a list of how some of these summoning sigils look like a diagram of some electrical components. Also, that whole story with Ben Franklin and the kite being a summoning sigil for the Lord of Power, reminds me of the gravity story with an apple. What's up with all these stories? Are they even real? So anyway, with this Ben Franklin discovering electricity story with the kite, the demon summoning sigil for the God of Power, and then all the L words tying into electricity, elite, and other L words I've covered before, is all of this technology a way for fallen spirits to interface through? And also, why do some cymatic patterns also look like sigils, and frequency has everything to do with the spirit realm? Opening doors. Sigils and star markings found all over the old world, kind of like phone numbers that open up doors. This all even ties in with stuff like Ohm, future plug coming, and other mandalas in the whole ancient world just giving us frequency displays. This totally ties into the entire matrix grid that we're all connected to. What's up with all these 5G towers? 5G, pentagram.
as a houseboy.
Not only was Joseph Smith building a new religion based on Luciferian principles, man becoming God, that he learned through Jewish Kabbalah, he was also a practitioner of sigil magic. According to his wife Emma, one of Joseph's most intimate possessions was a Jupiter talisman. Here's an image from the actual Jupiter talisman that Joseph Smith was wearing when he was murdered by an angry mob.
In April of 1974, Dr. Durham announced an important find, not realizing the implication of his discovery. In his presidential address to the Mormon History Association, he spoke of yet another interesting occultic article called the Jupiter Talisman, which was described by Joseph's wife Emma as one of the prophet's intimate possessions. Dr. Durham had this to say about the mystical powers of the talisman. When properly invoked, with Jupiter being very powerful and ruling in the heavens, these intelligences, by the power of ancient magic, guaranteed to the possessor of this talisman the gain of riches and favor and power and love and peace, and to confirm honors and dignities and counsels. Talismatic magic further declared that anyone who worked skillfully with this Jupiter table would obtain the power of stimulating anyone to offer his love to the possessor of the talisman, whether from a friend, brother, relative, or even any female. In the same address, Dr. Durham also stated, "In some very real and quite mysterious sense, this particular table of Jupiter was the most appropriate talisman for Joseph Smith to possess. Indeed, it seemed meant for him, because on all levels of interpretation, planetary, mythological, numerological, astrological, mystical Kabbalism, and talismanic magic, the prophet was in every case appropriately described. This talisman was found in Joseph's pocket the day he died in Carthage."
Another thing that was really interesting in studying the roots of Mormonism was to find out that Joseph Smith wore a Jupiter's talisman.
One indication we have as an insight into Joseph Smith's character is the value he placed in a particular magic object called a Jupiter's talisman that he had had through his life. We aren't sure just when he first got it, but evidently as a teenager. But he kept it on his person until his death. And a Jupiter's talisman is a magic object that one would use to empower one with money, finances, power over people, power over women. All of these things were items Joseph's life was geared towards. He wanted power, he wanted money, and he wanted women. The fact that he died with the Jupiter talisman on his body shows that throughout his life he continued to hang on to that hope and that trust in that magic object.
Jesus is coming. You may be at church. You may be at work. You may be asleep. God grant that you will be ready when he makes his personal appearance. My God, what if his appearance occurs on a Sunday morning? My prophetic word to you this morning is get ready, get ready.